Welcome back to the channel. So, discovery sessions for organisational enablement. Okay, so we're reaching the end of this section of the Catalyst course with this video and the next one, but I'll come on to that in a minute. But I'll include a summary video with exam tips for this area of the course, just for anyone who's looking to take the certification either in the near future or in the distant future. However, I am going to do something slightly different this week, because the organisational enablement topic, if I cover them all, could take quite a long video. And I always said I wanted to keep the videos under 10 minutes. So this week I'm going to publish 2 videos in 1 week to cover the 3 areas of the discovery sessions for organisational enablement. Now, this first video will cover the discovery sessions for the operating model, and in the second video, which I'll link in the description, the second video will cover the build and publish and the evangelise topics. Now, the apply Catalyst principle area is 9% of the exam, but some of the questions can be quite tricky. So, if you are thinking of taking a certification, or you're just introducing a MuleSoft capability into your organisation, please subscribe to the channel. Comments are welcome. Whether this content is useful or not, it would be much appreciated if you could let me know. So straight into business tip 1. When conducting the discovery sessions, try and find someone who is a good facilitator to run the meetings. It's always good to have someone keeping you on track to try and achieve the objective of each session. Like I've said in the past, there will be multiple sessions in my experience for these discovery sessions. Anyway, back to organisational enablement. These discovery sessions are incredibly important for the success of the engagement, and especially in terms of the long-running operational success of the capability. The discussion will also, at least I've found, raise interesting questions around the ongoing job roles in the organisation and the financial commitment in terms of staffing. Now, although this is the last section covered in the Catalyst course material for this subject area, I think, at least in my view, I could make a very good case for this being the first set of discovery sessions to be undertaken. Now, like I said, the 3 areas in this section are operating model, build and publish, and evangelise. So let's get started with operating model. Now, the first discovery session for the operating model should result in the production of a mission statement for the engagement. I'll come on to that more in a moment. So what should this include? Well, a mission statement is generally a concise declaration of the engagement's purpose and the core reason for its existence. But we do need to include the following main components in my view. 1, we need to communicate the goal of the capability to all stakeholders, both internally to the organisation, but also to any other interested parties, especially if they're stakeholders. We need to define the purpose of the engagement and the future capability that is to be provided to the organisation. We need to provide enough information to keep the organisation aligned with its objectives, and we need to define the capability's overall purpose. Now, all of this needs to be done in a brief statement, which some organisations seem to think that they can do with a sentence or 2. But for me, I think the aim should be a very brief paragraph, not pages, just a paragraph. And I found with my experience in this area, and I have done a few, that the best approach is to gather short statements from all present in the meeting, maybe on post-it notes, I've seen that done, then review all of the suggestions, remove any duplicates, because I'm sure there will be some, and then craft a mission statement from what's left. Now, each session will of course be different, but the end result should be at least a good first draft of that mission statement. The key point here is to have a statement that can be referenced and referred to at all stages of the engagement as it progresses. Again, my take is that the contribution should come from the organisation's own staff in the main, because they are the customer in the engagement, with obviously some advice from the delivery partner on their view of the engagement, because they are providing and they are there to actually help you with the delivery. Now, you should always remember though that this is the engagement mission statement and not a company mission statement. Of course, there's also the possibility that a separate mission statement could be crafted in the discovery sessions for the ongoing capability, but these, in my view, would have two very distinct and separate purposes. Of course, they must be aligned and they can be referenced together to make sure that one doesn't contradict the other. That would be not a good thing to do. So let's get back to the mission statement for the engagement and then start to think about the goals that would need to be achieved to complete the mission statement. And as I've said before, and I'll probably say again, if you've got goals, you have to have ways of measuring whether or when those goals have been achieved. So the mission statement, as I've said, needs to be a short paragraph compressed from the unique set of ideas derived from the input of all individuals who have an ongoing interest in the engagement and its short and longer term goals. So let's have a look now at goals and key performance indicators. As I've said, if you've got goals, you have to have ways of measuring them. Now, defining clear, well understood and measurable set of goals and activities is essential for creating a tactical plan that then effectively guides the organisation towards achieving the desired target state outlined in its mission statement. Remember the integrated blueprint. I'll put a link to that video in the description as well, just in case you didn't see that video. These goals serve as a roadmap bridging the gap between the strategic vision and the day-to-day execution required to realise that vision. Measurable goals provide clarity and focus, ensuring that every activity aligns with the broader mission. Now, by making these goals measurable using key performance indicators, the organisation can track progress and evaluate the effectiveness of its initiatives. Regular assessment of these metrics allows for identifying opportunities for improvement and making necessary adjustments to stay on course. Always remember, try it. If it works, keep on doing it. If it doesn't, then you can change it. Ultimately, a tactical plan is built on measurable goals, and it transforms the engagement from a conceptual framework into a practical and sustainable operational model, which drives innovation, scalability, and long-term success of the organisation. Key performance indicators are only as valuable as the measurement plan that supports them. Now, a measurement plan provides the structure and clarity needed to accurately define, collect, and calculate the metrics required for evaluating the KPI. Without this foundational plan, KPIs risk becoming abstract, meaningless, just numbers that fail to provide any actionable insights or drive any meaningful progress. Okay, so let's move on now to C4E roles and responsibilities, a subject that's obviously close to my heart, being a C4E lead. Now, the C4E specifies a number of roles that should be staffed by resources from the client organisation. I have done a video on this previously, so again I'll link in the description below. These roles are defined by the activities and responsibilities assigned by the C3. Exam tip 1. Now, I have mentioned this previously, but for people who may not have seen my previous videos, go and follow that link. Then there is often a question in the certification exam about which role should come from the customer organisation. You should be familiar with all of the delivery partner and customer roles, but the C3, because of its function, should always be led by someone from the customer organisation, quite possibly for some time supported by someone from the delivery partner who is a mentor, has gone through the process before and knows how to run a C3. I've talked quite extensively in another video about C3 roles. I'll put a link to that video up here and I'll link it in the description as well. And that's the end of this first video. So in the next video we're going to cover the remaining 2 areas of the Organisational Enablement discovery sessions. So hopefully you've liked this video, it's given you some useful information. If it has, please give it a like. Like I say, in the comments, please send me any comments that you think would be useful for including in the videos, or if you'd like me to expand on any particular areas, then those comments would be most appreciated. And if you could subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot to me. And see you in the next one.